I don't know about you, but I tend to look at that long-term forecast, Joe. I look at the 10-day forecast and I go, uh-oh. But I look at it in the morning.
Yeah, we're not in uh-oh range yet.
No, we're not. But I'm also a glass half empty kind of guy.
When does the uh-oh set in for you?
I don't.
Is it triple digits?
I'm okay at 90.
Okay.
Okay, but I know that 90 is just a precursor to trip digits. That's it.
That's usually how it works. And then triple digits is just a precursor to 110.
Once I'm into the end of May, middle of June, I'm kind of used to 100, right? Then it's when it gets over 105, I start getting a little cranky.
Oh, no. You're going to get cranky on me?
It's going to be bad.
Oh. Last year we had 16 straight days over 110, I think.
Yes, I think it was actually 30 days over 110. I think you set the record. I was not here.
What was it?
Yeah. It was a lot.
There
anyway.
was some streak that bunch of
Yeah,
them.
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the long-term forecast. I think the highest, let's see, Weather Channel says the warmest, and I've got Phoenix, by the way, so it might be different in different parts of the valley. The warmest that they have is next Thursday.
Still like 80.
82. Yeah. So I'm definitely in that, I'm a happy camper range.
I was thinking the days over 90 degrees at night, 16 straight, 31 over 110.
So brutal.
So you were just a grizzly bear to deal with.
I was not here. I escaped last
You're gonna
summer.
be.
I know it. I'm going to be the worst.
Thanks.
Now, here's the thing, though. I have had work done. I had, can I name drop?
Of course.
Well, I had Parker and Sons at my house a few years back when I had the place in Mesa there.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys came out, and they were doing some work. I had a new air conditioner put in. And the guys were up in the attic. And I try to schedule these things. I try to be conscientious of the time of year. And I try to schedule things for
not May to August.
There it is, yeah. But even those guys are up there, and even if it's in April, middle or end of April, the attic is already going to be 20 degrees hotter. So if you're in April and you have a 90-degree day, it still might be 110 in the attic.
I think you're being generous there. I think it's even hotter than that.
And the attic is not exactly a clean place. So as soon as you get into the attic, it's completely dusty, right? It's all that open insulation. It's totally dusty. And you start moving around, and that dust fluffs up into the air.
Wait,
and
moving around? You mean crawling around?
Oh, my gosh.
It's not like walking through a hallway.
So brutal. So brutal. And I think then I start to think about some of these other jobs. And I think about, road crews, or I think about roofers. And I just think about how brutal that is.
People putting in water systems into houses where they have to go up in the attic, or install any type of electricity up there, put an outlet in up there. Anything. What about like fumigators? If there's stuff up. I had a buddy of mine one summer. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but he was like, I had to crawl into this crawl space. And he's like, there were just wasps up there.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's like, can you imagine then, like, you got to deal with wasps, and it's 150 degrees in the attic.
It's 150 and you've got wasps.
And you've got to go up there and spray stuff that smells revolting.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, you're like working at the perfume counter at Macy's. Oh, God, nobody wants that.
No.
So here's what Phoenix is doing. So the city of Phoenix is weighing this right out, and producer Pablo is watching the city council meeting. Thanks for doing that, by the way, bud. I know how exciting watching a city council meeting is.
That is the Lord's work, Pablo.
Oh, my gosh. You deserve a raise just for taking one for the team on watching that crap.
Wait, hold.
They're doing the presentation right now, so we might have some.
Oh, we might know? Okay.
Okay.
So the council is working on an ordinance today, and they're going to vote on it. And it would require employers who work with the city. Now, this is an important caveat here. It applies to businesses and employers who contract with the city of Phoenix. So it would not apply, for instance, I said Parker and Sons, unless they're doing something for the city. Right. If they have a contract with them, then they would have to have this.
Yeah, so something goes wrong, city of Phoenix, just say, calls up Parker and Sons and says, hey, we're going to have you come out and deal with this.
If they're a contractor, right.
Yeah.
But they already have a list of approved contractors and all that other stuff. And those approved contractors would have to abide by this new ordinance. The new ordinance is this. And I believe it applies to outdoor work. I don't think it's everyone. So I don't think everyone has to have this. And I was thinking about how this might work out if you are, what if you have the contract to replace the office chairs? Do you have to come up with a heat plan? I don't know that you necessarily would. Or maybe it'll just be a boilerplate one that they could do. But here's what it is. Specifically, if you're working outside, I know that. You would have to draft a heat safety plan to have a contract with the city of Phoenix. You would have to be able to provide free and cool water for all employees. You have to provide breaks as needed and for hydration. That was one of the things I think is important we were talking about people crawling around in the attics.
Mm-hmm.
They got to have breaks. Got to be able to get out of that attic.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
I asked a guy who was up in my attic, and it wasn't June, July, August, but it was still hot. I want to say when he got out of there, he said it was like 120 plus degrees up there.
Oh, my gosh.
And I asked him, I said, like, what do you do in July? There's no time when it's 16 straight days above 90.
At night.
All the time.
Yeah.
When you can go up in an attic. And he said, we're allowed to refuse.
Oh, is that right?
But that was just this company. I mean, what happens if you get called out to a gig? You got a problem up there. Okay, maybe that company can refuse, but another company, they might say, oh, you refuse to go up there and fix that for that customer? Yeah, find a new job.
Yeah, what if you are working maintenance for a building, for instance? If you are the maintenance person for that apartment complex or office building, whatever, like that's your job, right? That's the deal.
It's awful.
So breaks for hydration as needed, access to shade or air conditioning. Also, you would have to provide training. Again, if you are a business or you have employers and you've contracted with the city of Phoenix.
That one seems like a no-brainer.
Training? I know, it's just such a wide open thing, right? That's kind of a catch-all.
Isn't that like how to do your job?
No. You have to provide like heat-related training.
Oh, for like here are the signs and symptoms of heat stroke?
Yes, that kind of thing. Right, yeah. You would also then have to deploy practices that help employees adapt to the heat. I don't know what that means.
Adapt to the heat.
I don't know if
we're going to put you in this room and just gradually turn up the air.
Exactly.
Now you've adapted to the heat.
Do you have to have like an on-site sauna so they can do warm-up exercises? Like
sounds awful.
Okay, everyone, we're doing hot yoga in January just to get ready for July.
Adapt to the heat.
Right, I don't know what that means. But here's one that is a little bit of a hang-up that I don't think even the health department is recommending, but I'm all for it. Air conditioning in vehicles with enclosed cabs would be required by May 1st of next year. So if you are, say, a construction crew, right? You're doing pothole repair.
Sure.
You'd have to all of your vehicles that have enclosed cabs. Now this would not include like the steamroller, which is hot, but has an open cab. That would not apply here. But all of the vehicles that have enclosed cabs have to have air conditioning.
And not like a UPS or a FedEx, something like that. Also, because they're not working for the city.
Yeah, but even still, they can open their doors, I think, is the idea. I'm not exactly sure what the rules are.
But have you driven around out here in the summer without air conditioning?
Yes, I have.
Like, yes, it's a little better to have the windows down when it's 1:15.
Yeah.
But no part of it feels good.
No. I used to do that. I'd drive to work, and I was trying to save money on gas. So I'd just roll the window down, and I'd take the back way that was slower.
I don't know if that actually saves gas to have the window down. You're getting more drag on the car.
Right, but I was only going like 40 miles an hour instead of going 65. Yeah, it was great.
And you were only killing yourself inside your car with no air conditioning.
Oh, my gosh. And because I was taking back roads, my commute was like 40 minutes instead of 20, and I smelled so good when I got there.
So it was great for your gas mileage, too.
Yeah, it was great for my gas mileage. My coworkers just loved the scent, right?
You always smell amazing.
Eau de Merle. They dug it.
I love Eau de Merle.
Listen, you gotta have a sympathetic bone in your body, right? You feel for the HVAC workers, the roofers, the road crews, and the others who suffer in that heat. But do you vote with your sympathies? Because some states say that workers just need to learn to deal with it. And it's the politicians that continue to put these laws into practice.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.